Hello, how's everybody doing? I hope I don't look too crazy. Wishing everybody a great day. This is Tuesday, Halloween. I wasn't even trying to have a Halloween broadcast. I just wanted to get on and say good morning to you all. I hope all is well. Let's see here, my friends. Happy Halloween. I don't know if I said happy Scorpio season. It's Scorpio season. Hey to all the Scorpios out there. And if I've said this before, that's just because I'm Scorpio rising. So Scorpio is on my mind. So welcome to Scorpio season. This is the season where we start getting dark and deep. All right, D&D, baby. D&D is what we do in Scorpio world. We're not afraid of the darkness. We embrace the darkness. We know that the shadow side is where we can grow and become more abundant. So greetings, Goddess Body Mind communities. This is your Goddess Guru, Omilade, here to share a word of inspiration with you on your path to self-realization and self-mastery. The moon is in Pisces. Good morning. Yes, thank you. Good morning, my sister. The moon is in Pisces, and I am very Piscean because my sun is in Pisces, and so my mind is not fully together. So pardon the way I started. Good morning. All right. So what I want to talk about today is, let me just go ahead and start off with a little astrology. The full moon on November the 4th is in Taurus. And this is significant just because today's topic is the law of attraction. It's a law that we all live by, that would be greatly beneficial for us to learn how to master. My personal philosophy is that we live in a universe that is guided by laws. And when we understand what the laws are and live according to these laws, we will in turn be able to manifest at will. Life becomes more of a science, and we become masters of that science. We can predict with certainty, when we use these laws of the universe, that certain things will happen in our lives, because ultimately we are the creators of our destiny. We manifest in our lives, be it consciously or not. And so thinking about this full moon being in Taurus, Taurus is all about value. It's about self-esteem, value, self-worth. It is about, good morning. How you doing, girl? Hey, JJ Walker. It is all about the law of attraction. It's ruled by Venus, and Venus is the same energy as Het Haru and Oshun. So this Taurus full moon on November the 4th, in just a few days, is going to be giving us an opportunity to see what is being highlighted for us. First and foremost, I would encourage everybody leading up to this Taurus full moon to do some gratitude work, to make sure that you are giving thanks for the abundance that is in your life. That is part of the law of attraction. What you think about, you bring about. What you focus on with intention, feeling, and emotion, it comes to you even more. And so one of the greatest ways to invoke more abundance and prosperity of all things good. This is not just about money. This is about abundance. This is about our abundance consciousness. What I tell people oftentimes when they are called to work with the law of attraction is, especially if they're operating from a place of deficit, what is most important is that you work on healing your abundance consciousness. That's what this is all about. Money is great. I still sometimes actually struggle. This is so an aside with the fact that the money that we use around the world, I don't think anybody's money is backed by gold or anything like that. It's just paper. And we struggle and worry about it, some of us, not having enough. Many people are being oppressed over this paper. It just wows me. Anywho, this is why abundance is, and when we think about abundance, thinking about abundance in terms of the ability to manifest that which you desire versus just thinking about having more money is more important. It's more important to think about opening yourself to the abundance of the universe in you that is you, because it doesn't matter how you get what you want. What matters the most is that that we can manifest it. We don't necessarily need money to get what we want, is what I'm trying to say. And so this Taurus new moon, leading up to it, a ritual that I want to give everybody to think about doing is a gratitude practice, because this full moon is going to give us an opportunity to look at how we're manifesting. This full moon is happening in November. And when we're thinking about the calendar year, a lot of us are starting to sort of feel like we're winding down. Even within the years, that when we're thinking about the seasonal year, it's still fall. We're thinking we're all on the decrease. Our energy is on the decrease. I look at this as the season of Oya, the goddess of death, the goddess of radical transformation and change. It doesn't matter really from which place we're looking at it. We're all sort of looking back to see, did I manifest that which I desired this year in the last few cycles of the moon? And if I did, then let's just keep doing what we're doing. If I didn't, what are some of the potential blocks? What are some of the commitments that I can make to manifest more of that which I desire? And it could be body, mind, spirit. You know, it's in all areas of our lives that we're needing to be thinking about this. And so this is what I want everyone to consider with this Taurus full moon. We're thinking about, what do we value? If we say we value something, but we're doing nothing to work towards that thing that we value, we're not putting any energy in what we say we value, do we really value it? Maybe we really need to get real about our values, or maybe we need to make our values a priority. How are we feeling about ourselves? Are we feeling good? Are we feeling happy? Do we have an internal well-being regarding our own selves? This is very important Taurus wisdom that needs to be addressed for us. Because where we feel good, we will do things that are good for ourselves. You know, I constantly talk about the importance of nurturance and self-love. When you love yourself, you're going to nurture yourself. You're going to nurture your goals, your dreams, the things that are important to you. And so, you know, those are things that we can be thinking about with Taurus. So then I asked the oracle, what is the energy governing the goddess body, mind, spirit community for this Taurus new moon? I just have to show you all this. For those of you who know the Metu Netta oracle, this is the main oracle that I use. I've been using this one for about 15 years. This is the energy of Heharu. Heharu is also known as Oshun. This is also the energy of Venus. And if you look right at the top of her, right here, doesn't that remind you of Venus, as well as, you know, the cow-headed goddess? What do they call her? Anyway, and this actually represents our life force. It represents our creative energy. And when we think about this particular goddess, this is the energy of creation. This is Oshun. This is the law of attraction. And so what I want to tell you all is the importance of, I think this is a moon that we need to be thinking about setting our New Year's intentions. This is absolutely a moon. Even if we don't set them at this moon, we really need to be pondering, get a list together so that we can chew on it over the next lunar cycle. And maybe the next couple of lunar cycles, for those who really like to set new year's intentions at the new year. Think about what is it that you really want to manifest in 2018. Maybe even beyond. Maybe have 1 year, 5 year, 10 year, if you can think that big out into the future. So absolutely, we need to be thinking about the law of attraction. We need to be looking at our lives, asking ourselves, what are we manifesting? Because what we see in our lives is what's been on our mind. Thoughts are things. And what we think, if we think on it long enough, it is going to take effect. It's going to take hold. If you're saying, well, I've been trying to manifest something and I can't. But you have to really study to see, what are you thinking about? What are you feeling about? What are you believing? Is there something in you that is perhaps providing a block? The other thing you have to think about is, how do you manifest? So I'm one who doesn't manifest things all the time quickly. Sometimes I do. But I just have a knack for manifesting things over time. That's just my way. I just have to be faithful. I have to be trusting. I have to walk in the knowing, no matter what, I'll get there. I have a lot of Taurus energy. And so Taurus is like, you take your time, you put in the work, and then you get there. Some people can manifest like that. And so if you're not manifesting what you want, then it's calling you to look at what is going on that perhaps would be preventing you from manifesting that what you want. And so let's think about studying the law of attraction. You can study it within yourself. Look at what you see and make a decision about how you're manifesting. Let's maybe pick up some works and study those. I know a lot of people know, what's their name? Abraham Hicks. A lot of people study Abraham Hicks. It's so many people out there that talk about the law of attraction. Study Oshun. Get creative. That's another way to really connect with the energy, or could open yourself to this law of attraction that is what we live every day. Because what creativity does for us, when we engage creative endeavors, when we do things like that, we experience joy. Joy is a part of this law of attraction. If maybe you're not manifesting what you want because you're not experiencing joy, that's something to think about. And so when we're doing creative endeavors, when we're really loving what we do, we're feeling that joy. And so when we feel that joy, that's what opens us up to actually receiving that which we want. Seeing the steps that will get us to where we want to go. Things like sadness and depression, anger, frustration, negative emotions, which are not bad. They are indicators. They give us signs about, what we're feeling on the inside. Maybe I shouldn't do that. Maybe I need to make some changes. That's what they indicate. Good and bad, not good and bad, positive and negative feeling emotions. They both are indicators. But when we experience a lot of negative emotion, or persistently one negative emotion, then what we may find out is that might be what's blocking us from getting to where we're going. And so when we do things that are creative, that open up our creative energy and flow, and we feel happy and joyful when we're doing things. So for instance, one of the things that opens up my creative flow and joy is making these videos. I love sharing. I love seeing you all when you log on. I love hearing about your successes. And so I just feel open. It makes me feel happy. Doing things like that, it doesn't necessarily have to be like what we think about the traditional art forms. Anything that opens your creative flow, do that. Some people like to cook. Some people like to exercise. Other folks, love having great discussions with people about interesting topics, going to the library, reading, all kinds of things. Doesn't have to be anything major, just anything that opens up that joy, that creative energy. It will open your eyes to see what steps should you take. What is the next step you should take on the road to where you're trying to go? So these are all the things that we want to be doing right now, leading up to this full moon, during the full moon, November the 4th. And so that's what I have for you today. Also, think about being flexible, because that's how we manifest what we want. A lot of times people think they want something, it has to come in a particular manner. No, the best thing to do is to be flexible. In general, you know, Heteru Oshun also is about harmony. And so we're seeking harmony in our lives. We're seeking harmony with other people. We're seeking harmony with nature. Now, another thing about Taurus is all about nature. So get out in nature, experience nature however you can. It's sort of cold for some of us. Oh, it's hard for me to get out when it's cold, but I can still appreciate nature in my own way when it's cold outside. So get into nature, do things where you can lavish yourself, but also, you know, make that connection with other people. Seek to be in harmony with someone else. And the other thing that Taurus is about, it's about the good life. Okay. Try to see where you have the good life in your life. If not, experience the good life in your own way. Okay. We're all at different places and stages and spaces in our lives. So experiencing the good life in your own way, according to your own budget, because right now, you know, we're just sort of in this energy where we might be overindulging, because Taurus can overindulge, especially on the sweets. But you want to experience the good life. So that's what I have for you all for this full moon. Also, this energy, besides nature, work with water. Take a nice lavish bath of some sort. Go to the swimming pool. Go to the ocean, the river. Oshun is the energy of the river. She's the water element. And so working with the water element will be highly beneficial in addition to getting out into nature. I just want to mention really quickly that, well, tomorrow the moon is in Aries. Today the moon is in Pisces. I think the moon goes into Aries later today, actually. I've been sleepy. I'm so ready for the moon to go into Aries. So we might feel more action oriented over the next couple of days. And then maybe on the 3rd, the moon goes into Taurus, where we'll start feeling loving and this energy of, you know, it's positive vibrations in my opinion. But I wanted to mention in December, and I'll talk more about this. I just have to sort of study. Y'all know I'm new to really giving a lot of more detailed information in astrology. But in December on the 21st, and I think this is significant because it's so close to the solstice. I don't know if the solstice is on the 21st or the 22nd. I didn't check that. But Saturn, the planet Saturn is shifting into Capricorn. So a planet like Saturn, which is a personal planet, we typically will look at Saturn to see the effects it will have on us. It stays in a sign for, I think, about 2.5 years. And anytime a planet like that moves into a new sign, because it stays there for a while, it creates shifts. And so, but the good news is Saturn, which is like the get real planet, it's you're going to face your karma type planet, is moving into a sign that's ruled by it, which is Capricorn. And so there might be areas of your life, if you don't know your chart, where you are being called to get real and to tighten up certain areas. So for instance, Capricorn rules my 3rd house, which has to do with learning and skills and community and communication. So I thought, ooh, I hope I'm not too serious, because I know I have a very serious side. I used to be super serious, if y'all could believe it. I've always been very positive, but oh, some people would be like, dang, she is way too serious. Like, small talk is not all the time my thing. I do better with having deep discussions because Capricorn rules my third house. And so I know with it moving into my third house, I have to have more structure in just how I'm running, how I'm learning. That's one thing I'm clear about. More structure in you know, the way I'm communicating, my online presence, different things like that. That's just an example. You know, you have to know your own chart. If you don't know your own chart, which I like sending people to Indigo Moon Astrology, Pisces Moon Goddess. Her name is April. You can find April on Instagram and Twitter, I know. And I think on YouTube, she's Pisces Moon Goddess. That's all one word, as well as IndigoMoonAstrology.com. I include astrology in my readings, but if you need someone who can seriously look at your chart and tell you everything, because I can't tell you everything right now, I'm still learning, that's who I like to refer people to. I also like to ask people to look at Astrolada, ASTROLADA on YouTube, because Lada, the person who owns that channel, has lots of astrologers and tarot readers on that channel. But they're doing lots of videos that help people understand this upcoming year. That's where I learned about Capricorn moving into Saturn and the importance of us sort of understanding that this is a get real time. It'll be a good thing, that where you're being called to have more structure in your life. And like I was trying to say, if you need to know specifically for you, contact April so she can look at your astrological chart. But you can sense and feel where you're being called to have more structure. You can just feel it if you tune in. Okay, so make sure you have your daily spiritual practices. The other thing I wanted to tell you all about in the vein of Taurus is May 16th, there's another big planetary shift. This is Uranus, which is an outer planet, moving into Taurus. This is in May of next year. And a lot of times you don't feel this stuff the day of. It's leading up to it. Just like, you know, the moon cycle. When we're leading up to the full moon or the new moon, it's days that we can sort of, a couple of days or, you know, it's about 3 or 4 days. When we feel this energy leading to this full moon, you can look and see the moon is getting full and you can just feel the energy. So it's not the moment of. And so this Uranus going into Taurus. So this is a video I would recommend that you look at on Lada's channel. It was a discussion between Lada and Heather just a couple of days ago. So look for this video and look at it and so that you can hear more about Uranus moving into Taurus, because it's going to create a big upheaval in our economy, more than what we've already had. But it creates shifts in our lives. Uranus, it does affect us. It creates major shifts in what happens. And Uranus is like sudden change. And it can be sudden change for the better, you know, for the worse, whatever. But even if it feels like it's for the worse, typically you can come out on better on the other side. It's sort of like Oya energy to me. Oya will come through and knock everything down in your life. But she does it because you didn't make the change you needed to make anyway. And that's what they say about Uranus. The changes you know you need to make, especially regarding all things Taurus. This is values. This is money. This is resources. This is the earth. All the changes that we're being called to make. We already know what we need to do. But it can come in and wreak havoc, wreck things, because we need to make these changes. And this is May. And so, you know, Taurus is about the earth. So I know a lot of people who watch this are people who are into food, because Taurus is about food. Taurus, I have Taurus moon. We love food. And we might need to start our own gardens if we haven't done that yet. in community gardens. I'm all about that community because Uranus is over, it's related to Aquarius. Aquarius is about the people, okay? It's about the people coming together. And so we want to maybe get together and start doing more communal type things when it comes to raising food, as well as being a part of co-ops. And this is something we can be thinking about at this full moon. How can I better engage organic food, supporting people who grow organic food? I like all of the stores, you know, that do this kind of work, but I also really believe in supporting farmers who grow organic food, and companies in general. Also, investing in these businesses is something that we might want to think about. And our money, how do we make exchanges, you know, the markets. I'm not even really big into this kind of stuff, y'all. I'm just putting this out there. If some of y'all are big into this, let me know. I'll get you on and we'll do a teleconference or a YouTube, you know, show about people investing. And just how money is exchanged. There's another thing with this Capricorn moving into Saturn moving into Capricorn is governments. There's a lot. We all know this, right? We all know this. But the question is, do we watch or do we make some plans for ourselves on how things are going to go down for us in our lives? And being more in control. That's the beauty of embracing the power of the law of attraction, embracing the power of having spiritual practices and understanding ourselves spiritually. It's not that what happens in the world doesn't matter. We're all co-creating with this world. And what matters is that we do so in a way that is awake. We're conscious and we put our energy into the pot. I just think it's not wise for us to feel like I'm just going to be, you know, I'm just going to kind of go with the flow. Yeah, we need to go with the flow with spirit. we need to be making sure we are being manifestors in a conscious way, saying this is how I'm going to operate in this world. This is how I'm going to be, no matter what's going down. So I wanted to just put that out there because I want to start talking about it and putting it out there because I'm happy they told me. I don't get it all. I just know I need to make sure I'm on my game now. So I wish you all a great full moon in Taurus. Happy Halloween for those who celebrate that. To all of you out there, I wish you love, peace, happiness, joy, abundance, and I thank you all. Please like and share. Now, I know I told y'all to go check other folks out, but I got you. You need a reading from me, I got you. I will divine on your behalf. I will help you to understand what is going on. If you have questions, get a general reading. I have readings where you can just get the email. We can talk, you know. Just go to my website, goddessbodymindspirit.com, and you can look at the different readings that I have. I'm so honored. I've been able to do incarnation readings that help people see the biggest picture of all for their lives. And so if you need a reading from your girl right here, Tirra Omilade, you let me know. I have you covered. And please like the video, share the video, and I look forward to connecting with you all again soon. Peace and love.